Once upon a distant star, on the edge of humanity's last free colony, there lived a girl named Maia. Though she appeared to be a typical human, her life was anything but ordinary. Aware of the heavy weight she bore, Maia was always looking over her shoulder, hiding in the shadows and never staying in one place for too long. Her secret was dangerous, and if it ever got out, it could mean the end for both her and the entire human race. Maia's most recent refuge was the mining colony of Tira Nova, a dusty and forgotten outpost on a desolate moon. This was a place so far from civilization that most people who ended up there were running from something or someone. Here, Maia could fade into obscurity. But one day, her luck ran out. It was mid-shift, and Maia was working in the dark, narrow tunnels when she heard the distant hum of approaching starships. She felt a chill creep up her spine as she recognized the distinct sound. It was the dreaded Krellan Syndicate, a coalition of merciless aliens that had been scouring the galaxy, hunting her with an intensity that left her no doubt about the severity of her secret. The tunnels filled with eerie silence, and then a blinding light flashed at the entrance. Maia's heart pounded. She bolted down the narrow corridor, her only thought to escape. She ran with everything she had, each step echoing in the darkness. The Krellan ships landed outside, and squads of aliens began spilling into the colony. They were ruthless in their pursuit, searching every corner with high-tech scanning gear. The Krellan were infamous throughout the galaxy for their brutal efficiency and relentless pursuit, and Maia knew if they found her, there would be no mercy. Just as she thought her luck had completely run out, she heard a voice. A strong, confident voice called out, "Over here." She turned to see a man dressed in battered armor, with a blaster at his side. His name was Jace, a scavenger, a renegade, and a fighter. Jace had a reputation in the colony as a man with nothing to lose, someone who could be counted on in a tight spot. "Come on," he said, waving her toward him. "If you want to live, follow me." Desperation pushed Maia forward. Jace led her through a maze of tunnels, knowing every twist and turn. They finally burst out into a hidden chamber deep underground, a refuge he'd crafted over years of smuggling and scavenging. Breathless, Maia whispered, "Why did you help me?" Jace looked at her with piercing blue eyes. "I don't know. Maybe I'm just tired of watching people get hunted down." He handed her a canteen of water. "The Krellan? They don't just come for anyone. Why are they after you?" Maia hesitated. "It's complicated. You think I care?" Jace shrugged, leaning back against the wall. "They're here. You're here, and I don't like them. That's reason enough." Maia was still catching her breath when the ground began to rumble. The Krellan had found their trail. Alarms wailed throughout the tunnels. Jace glanced at her with a look that combined urgency with something unspoken. "We need to get off this rock," he said. But Maia's face fell. "If I go with you, they'll keep coming. They won't stop." "Then let's make them stop," he replied with a smile that hinted at both madness and bravery. They moved quickly, out of the chamber and toward the old docking bay where Jace had an aging but sturdy starship hidden. The ship was small and inconspicuous, perfect for a quick getaway and for blending in. But the Krellan were close, and soon they'd be right on their tail. As they prepared to board, Maia felt a pang of guilt. Jace was risking his life for her, but he didn't know her dark truth, the real reason why the Krellan wanted her so badly. She was a hybrid created in a secret program decades ago. Half human, half Krellan. She possessed knowledge, abilities, and secrets that could turn the tide in humanity's battle against the aliens. But it wasn't her powers that scared her. It was that there was a chance the Krellan side of her would someday overtake her humanity, turning her into one of them. Jace looked at her, catching the strange look in her eyes. "You're hiding something," he said, his voice laced with suspicion. Maia took a deep breath. "You wouldn't understand. If you knew, you wouldn't want to help me." Jace stared at her a moment, and she was sure he'd leave her behind. But then he sighed. "Look, I don't care what you are. Right now, you're a person in trouble, and that's enough for me." His words melted away some of her fear. Maia nodded, and together they boarded the ship, firing up the engines just as the Krellan broke through the docking bay doors. Jace launched the ship, dodging plasma blasts and slipping through the incoming blockade with a skill Maia had never seen before. Once they were out of immediate danger, Maia leaned back, feeling a surge of relief. But Jace looked at her with a new intensity, as if he could sense that she hadn't told him everything. She knew it was only a matter of time before he would press her for answers. Before he could say anything, the ship's console flashed, signaling an incoming transmission. A deep, guttural voice came through, speaking in the Krellan language. Maia froze. "They're offering a reward," she said, understanding every word. "To anyone who turns me in." Jace's jaw tightened. "You speak Krellan? I told you it's complicated." He looked at her, a flicker of hurt in his eyes, but nodded. "I don't care about rewards or the Krellan. They want you for a reason, and that means you've got something worth fighting for. We'll figure it out together." Maia's heart raced. In that moment, she knew she had found someone who could look beyond her dark secret, someone who might even help her fight the part of herself she feared most. As they sailed into the stars, Maia's fear began to subside. She had a long road ahead, battles to fight both within and beyond. But now, with Jace by her side, she had hope.